So we do have to talk about Nancy Mace. All right? Nancy Mace was anti-Trump. She was not a fan of his. She was a moderating voice, okay, in the Republican Party when she first came into office. All right? And she was somebody that a lot of us thought, oh shit, maybe the Republicans are going to take their party back from MAGA. Okay? But now she has sold her soul to Trumpism. Okay? Why? Because she believes a steady diet of transphobia, a steady diet of racism and xenophobia, followed by being pro-Trump. She believes that is going to get her into the governor's mansion. Okay, that's her goal. She wants to become the governor of South Carolina, and she believes that Trump can help provide her that. And I don't know, maybe he can. We don't know. We know that they've stoked the division pretty well. I'd like to think that South Carolina is better than that, but we just don't know, right? We just don't know. But the problem I have with this is that Nancy Mace is riding a double circuit, guys, because we saw her the other night where Nancy Mace comes out shell-shocked after hearing from the Epstein survivors. She was shell-shocked and she was all sad. She was all brutally, watch this. Okay? She wouldn't take any questions, and we even froze the video to see her, right? She is wrecked. This was Nancy Mace after talking to the Epstein survivors. There she is. Look at her. Look at that. Look at that emotion. She is like wrecked. She's crying. Now, Nancy Mace has been talking about how she was essayed. She has been talking about how she too is a survivor, and how now she's out there saying, you know what? This is really important. We got to support these victims. We got to support these Epstein survivors. Okay, and we got to bring it home. Now, I'd like to tell you that this is in fact real, guys. She's not that good of an actor. Okay, this is real. She was broken up by it. She was hit home by this, devastated by that. But the problem is, guys, is she won't tie Trump to this. Okay, she won't hold Trump responsible. Why? Because she can ride him to power, maybe. Same with J.D. Vance. J.D. Vance knows Trump is a degenerate. He called him America's Hitler. He knows what Trump is. But he's like, man, if I just forget about this and go launder the lies, I can maybe be president. So they're trying to ride Trump. But you ready, guys? I want to make a point here about Nancy Mace, and I'm not going to mince words, okay? I'm not going to mince words, guys. And I'm calling it out right now. Okay, you ready? Because I posted a tweet today that was honest, and I believe it is accurate. And it's this right here, dude. Nancy Mace is just like Ghislaine Maxwell. Okay? Let me draw the parallel, guys. Nancy Mace is just like Ghislaine Maxwell, where she's almost worse than the predator Donald Trump. And you know why? Because it's people like Nancy Mace that make the victims / survivors think they're going to be taken care of. Okay, Nancy Mace went into a room of these women and heard them, and she sobbed, and she offered them support, and she's like, man, I got you. I'm going to sign on to this like discharge position. I got you. But Nancy Mace doesn't got them. Nancy Mace doesn't have them, because the minute she walks out of that door after putting on those tears and feeling that pain and comforting them, letting them know, I'm signing this discharge position, I'm on your side, I am a supporter of yours in Congress. But no, she's not. She's out there with the predator. She's out there like riding the wave of the predator, trying to gain power in South Carolina through the predator. She's just like Ghislaine. Okay, she is just like Ghislaine. She fake cries for the Epstein victims. She makes them feel safe. Then she goes back to helping the Epstein rapist. Trump, because she wants his help and needs his help to gain power. And like, guys, when you see this, this is what Ghislaine Maxwell did to those women. Ghislaine Maxwell came out and was like, yeah, it's going to be okay. I got you. Jeffrey's going to help you. But meanwhile, they're sticking the knife right in the back.
The least we can do is disclose information. These women have been fighting for justice for 30 years, and they still don't have any. And there are people here who don't want to give them that justice. Their stories are compelling. They're terrible. The thing that really hit me yesterday is when the third victim spoke, she relayed some of the same emotions I'm currently feeling, and it was too difficult for me to watch that. It was very painful. And I kept asking myself, in 30 years from now, am I going to be that girl at the table who didn't get justice? And no one wants to feel that way.
But the White House has put out word that signing on to this effort would be a, quote, hostile act. That is what an anonymous White House official told a number of reporters just last night. And that is something that is certainly been heard on Capitol Hill. The Congresswoman Nancy Mace are brushing off that concern, as well as Marjorie Taylor Greene, someone who has signed on to this effort as well, saying that it is not a hostile act, that they're siding with these victims here who are demanding more. But the question here, Jim, is ultimately, will there be more Republicans signing on to the effort? And at the moment, it's unclear if that will happen.
You know what I'm saying? She is like in bed with the predator, right? But she's telling the victims, I got your back. And she doesn't, man. She is the worst kind of predator, pretending to be a helper while working for the rapist herself. But she is, though, guys, she is the worst kind of predator, Nancy Mace is. That is the worst kind of predator, guys, is the kind that pretends like they're helping the women. But they're not, man. They're not. Look at what she said here. She's parroting the same shit that Mike Johnson did. President Trump is the one who banned Jeffrey Epstein from Mar-a-Lago. I didn't ban him until 2007, until after he got arrested, a full 7 years after Epstein recruited Virginia Giuffre and others from Mar-a-Lago. He says President Trump is the one who cooperated with the feds to get this guy. Well, I mean, he cooperated limitedly, but he also is the one who gave a cabinet position to the guy who gave Epstein immunity. So don't tell me he cooperated to get that guy, because 𝗙𝗪𝗪 gave Epstein and all of his lieutenants immunity, and Trump rewarded him with a cabinet position. President Trump is the one who is committed to protecting women and kids. And it's like, man, dude. He's not. He is not, bro. Look at that shit, dude. Unfucking believable, boss. Unbelievable. Nancy, what are you doing? Right? And again, she's still attacking Sarah McBride, like right back to her transphobia. And look at this. Cold dark cell, Prince Andrew in handcuffs, sends the right message. Yeah. Oh, yeah, Trumpy. Oh, no, look. FBI drops investigation into Prince Andrew. July 7th. So Nancy hears about Prince Andrew, cries some tears for the victims, but it's Trump that is like blocking this shit. It is Trump. And it has always been Trump. What is up, guys? Thank you so much for watching. You like the video, you want to support independent resistance media, you know what to do.